Before she was a Channel 6 reporter, she was Baxter Stockman's assistant.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Matt and Stu Review, where we're taking a look at your favorite toys from yesterday and today. Stuart, what do we have on the table?
Today, we're going to take a look at Eastman & Laird's Mirage Comics April O'Neil figure, version 2 from NECA.
Version 2, what does that mean? What was the version 1?
So the original version had a different costume or a different outfit for April. This is just the newest iteration.
It looks pretty cool. Nice display box, things like that. It looks like the OG, like back from the comic books from like when I was a kid.
Exactly. I was going to ask if you remembered
first.
this April.
Yeah, we picked up like a bunch of discount comics when I was a kid at like our local Pack and Save or something like that. I remember getting the comics. I'm sure there was some kind of crazy reprint or something like that. But as a kid, I read these comics hundreds of times.
Yes.
For sure. I'm not a big comic book person, but I've definitely read through these comics so many times. It's kind of crazy. And it's cool to see the OG April in 3D form.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to you, I also read those comics as a kid. You know, I was sharing that same group of comics you had. So yeah, this April was released as a part of the current Target Haulathon, which is like a NECA and Target sort of promotional exclusive figure event for the whole month of May. So this was an exclusive figure. I was afraid I wasn't going to get it. Eventually, I did find it on the Target app and went ahead and ordered it.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Well, let's crack it open and take a look at the figure.
Sounds good. So now we've got the figure out of the box. Let's go ahead and take a look. She looks to me like a pretty faithful reproduction of that April O'Neil from those comics. She's definitely got the, you know, nappy kind of almost fro kind of hair. You know, she's not a white redhead, which she wasn't in those original comics. You know, pretty standard sort of civilian figure there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it looks like, very much like a good representation. I remember her face being super weird as a kid. I just remember like big cheekbones, probably in that, 80s kind of style.
Check out those cheekbone lines. They they went for it.
So yeah, exactly. It's very faithful. I really like the paint scheme on her. Like it's almost kind of cell shaded looking.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's very comic booky looking. It's not meant to be like a realistic representation of a comic. It's meant to be like a three-dimensional thing of the comic. The
NECA line of Mirage figures in particular has done like a really good job with using like cross hatching in a way that it works on a 3D figure and makes it look like a comic book figure.
Her, like, the face details and everything like that look really good. I feel like the lines are a little heavy on like the face, but it's probably a faithful to the comic art.
I agree with you though. On the face though, the heavy lines do kind of stand out as maybe too much.
Looks like a soft rubber for the coat, which is kind of cool. So like at the waist, it flexes. Like that waist torso scheme looks really clean for a figure. And then like the lapels on the collar on the jacket flexes nicely. It's kind of a busy paint scheme, but again, I think it's the art style more than anything else.
Yeah. Let's take a look at just her accessories here. So for April, she comes with, she's a pretty basic figure here, civilian. She comes with 4 different hands. Looks like she's got gripping hands, just some plain open hands, and then some fists for maybe punching.
Yep.
I'm really intrigued by these tiny, tiny accessories that come with this little Utrom guy here. She came with I can't remember which Utrom from the comics he actually is, but
I don't remember
they were more friendly. There must have been a fedora Utrom.
Hey,
it comes off.
Fedora comes off. Can she wear it? No.
That is cool though.
Yeah.
One more accessory to...
Cool that the hat comes off. His like tentacles. Oh, it looks like maybe the tentacles swap out kind of interestingly, which I see there's some other tentacles here.
He's got some grippers over here. So it looks like he can have one tentacle that can hold this little canister of maybe ooze or something.
Yeah.
And then the other one has got some kind of aerosol spray thing here.
Yep. Okay, yeah, and the little tentacles come out. So it's kind of weird that there's like more accessories for the little tentacle guy and not for April.
It is, and I mean, but I guess down to a smoking pipe for him, which is so tiny. It's like, and there's a hole in his mouth for it too.
Yeah, so he can be hanging on to the pipe.
So his name is Professor Obligado.
Professor Obligado the Utrom.
Oh yeah, Professor Obligado, duh, of course, yes.
Sounds like we need to go back and read the Mirage comics again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any memory of him at all. But, who knows? I was a kid and I probably didn't think they were that cool.
Yeah.
I just was thinking Krang, and they're not Krangs. There's so many of them. I remember him being in the bellies of all the cyborg things. Yeah, I'm sure he was in the mix somewhere.
He must have been.
Maybe he was the good one?
He was one of the helpers, for sure. There were some good ones, there were some bad ones, especially in that, original TMNT Mirage series.
Yeah, I think, the accessories for him, the Utron guy, are cool. The accessories for April are a bit lacking. It's like kind of unfortunate that she's the main figure, but all she has her hands. There's no head swap even or anything like that.
I agree, but I feel like my mind has been kind of erased as to what I would put with this April. Because to me, I'm thinking April, she's supposed to be a intrepid reporter for Channel 6 News. And so she should have a camera.
Maybe some pizza.
Microphone. A pizza would be nice.
I mean...
Yeah, I'd say the pizza would be appropriate.
Did they eat pizza back then?
I think they did. I think pizza was directly from Eastman and Laird, and the amount of pizza they ate while writing the original books.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go.
So one thing that I, in particular, like about this figure is that they didn't over-sexify a female for once in a figure.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, every Marvel Legend female is going to have, like, a big old booty.
Oh, yeah.
And, just be, like, very shapely. And
she
just
like
made her a normal woman. Yeah, which I appreciate. She'll make a great, even if I don't use her as April in displays, she'll be a great civilian or, something like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, Stuart. Well, our viewers want to know, what is your rating for April here?
I'm going to give this figure a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I had a lot of FOMO associated with getting it when it was announced and as like a pre-order.
Yeah.
I never could find it in the store. It finally went online and I just bought it because I kind of had that like FOMO feeling for it. I really like it. It's a great representation of Mirage April, but in the end, I don't think Mirage April is my favorite April. How would you rate this figure?
That's fair. I'm going to give her an 8 out of 10. I think as far as a faithful adaptation of her, she's really good. I think the paint maps and everything like that are really cool. I mean, she could use some more accessories, but again, I don't know what we would accessorize for her. She couldn't be more accurate, and I think to your point about her looking like a normal woman is pretty cool. And you don't see that in action figures a lot, and so I think that's actually kind of a nice thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, 8 out of 10. It's funny that the accessory, her little like buddy has more accessories than she does, but at least they threw a little bit more value in the box.
Yeah, and I will say NECA, they kill it with the accessories. It's tons of fun stuff, tons of like callbacks to whatever property they're
and that's why it'd be fun to see her have some accessories.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, I'm sure there's something in there, but I'm sure they did some research too.
Surely.
Right? So they would have thrown it in there for her if it was available.
Yeah. So Matt, of all the Aprils that we've seen throughout the 40-year history of TMNT, who's your favorite?
I'm going to say my favorite April was the April O'Neil from the original TMNT movie.
Okay.
I do like the April from the cartoon show. But I've actually been watching the cartoon show a little bit with my kid recently, and that cartoon sucks. It was some garbage cartoons. Like the intro sequence, like it's awesome. So good, and if the whole cartoon looked like that, I'd probably be more into it. But watching some like late season Turtles, that is goofy as hell.
Yeah.
And, so that kind of fell off of favor. But that April from the original TMNT movie, what a smoke show.
Yes, so, absolutely.
Into that.
And a badass.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, she didn't take no
cool.
shit. She was ready to throw down with some Foot Clan.
I think my favorite version of April would be, at least character design-wise, that 1987 cartoon April. I mean, just something about the yellow jumpsuit and the white boots and the red hair. She was very like visually striking.
Oh yeah, totally.
On TV.
Yeah.
So I've actually done a custom April that we'll look at here in a future episode. That's sort of an updated, realistic version of that April, and frankly, she's my favorite.
Well, we want to hear from you. Who is your favorite April from the entire 40-year TMNT line? Let us know in the comments below.
Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Eastman and Laird's Mirage Comics April O'Neil version 2 from NECA, a Target Haulathon exclusive that is now available everywhere.
And if you like toys interviews like these, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.